Saeed,
Hello.
can you hear me, brother?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. And can you share your screen?
It says I cannot. Oh
Yeah,
no, I
you
can't
can now. And
show
maybe
you.
turn your volume up a little bit.
Is my audio low? Not
A
sure how
little
to do.
bit, yeah, brother.
I'm not sure how to change it, to be honest with you.
Okay, well then just
It, it's
yell at
it's
me.
okay. It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
okay.
What chart can you see?
Right now you have the N up there, 4 hour.
Yep. So
So thank you for coming back, bro.
oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me on again.
Yeah, and what a great way to wrap up a holiday week, because when you come in, you bring us crystallized views. Appreciate all you've done over the course of time, that you've become like a regular in our community. So I remember last time we were talking, you were avoiding US dollar pairs and trading other pairs because the dollar wasn't clear to you.
Yeah.
Looks like you're back into looking at dollar pairs again, huh?
Well, to be honest with you, not much has changed. I mean, I've had a few plans this week. It's only
Yeah.
one trade I've taken, which was a loss. Still difficult environment for me at the moment. But let's start off with the dollar yen. So bigger picture view, say clean dollar yen chart up. I do have a macro bigger bullish dollar yen view, but at the moment, across the market, it's been so shy. It's been difficult to trade. I've had a few plans, none of them are triggering, so been in the sidelines a lot and been making the most of crypto lately.
Yeah, I
But
knew you were going to say that, because at least there you have some reflexive moves every once in a while
yeah, and
that pay.
they pay big.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, okay. So I'll go with my dollar yen view. I'll break it down what I've got. So going with the dollar yen, I mean, I started off with a bearish bias. I was looking for downside, okay, and bigger picture remains bullish, but short-term downside, I thought we'd get some risk off. I think we may get some sell-off now. I'm looking at the SPX.
Yeah,
So
I think today may mark a short-term high for a 5 to 7% correction. So, but I've cried wolf before.
not too much to ask for, is it? 5%.
No, not at all. Could happen
But
It could happen in a week.
could do. So
Yeah.
looking at this, I've got a pivot zone here. So if we look at the dollar, we're trading within this leg here, and this is more short-term view. So what I did was I marked at the midpoint, and if it was to get below here, I'd get bearish, and I'll at least play it towards this key level here, which is our range low. It hasn't been happening. It's just been pushing up and up and up.
Right.
So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe I have to switch my bias. So at what point do I switch my bias? And when I say switch my bias, it's going to be short term still. I still don't have the balls to play some swing trades just yet until we get the new month. Plus, it's month end. Price action is a bit choppy. So for me, it depends on last week's high right now. So we could still go down. At what point would the probability of the trade increase for me to go down? It'd have to be below the 90 level. If it breaks 108.90 and holds below it, I'm happy to take the short. At that point, my target one will be here. Again, in this environment, I'm going to have to play it level to level until it's proven otherwise. So a short-term day trade could evolve into a swing trade. So, some may say, well, you missed the high. Well, that's fine. The probability for me isn't high there. The probability for me is high there. And all I'm concerned about is where is the high probability for the short.
You want confirmations. You don't
Yes.
want, I agree with you, and I still fall into that, where you want to get the edge, but you haven't had the signal yet.
Exactly. So if it was to break below here, and I've got the SPX breaking down, and I've got the gold bottoming out, then below here is the high probability play for me. And if it was to break this, then I'm happy to add here. So say I had a small position here, I can add below here. And if we switch that across, it's the mid-range, you can see how pivotal it is across it. So from there, my next level is going to be there. Now, if we smash below here, and that's when my probability for the swing trade is increased, and I'll play it down to here. So I'm still holding out for this trade. It's just difficult to take a long here. I mean, the way it's moving up, it's nothing high probability for me. So again, not much to go with, but it is what it is. If it follows my plan, I'll take it. If it doesn't, forget it. The other pair I've got is EURUSD. And now I'm going to break down EURUSD in a bit of detail. So if I go to the quarterly chart for the EURUSD, and I think we spoke about this last time, I'm looking at this quarterly range. That's the range low, that's the range high. We're right at the midpoint. So anything could happen here. Now I've got a clear plan for this, where if we look on the daily, we had a retest of that mid-range already, rallied, we've deviated it, got back above it, held, rallied. Now when it was around here, I was looking for higher prices, but the confirmation for that would have come if you broke the 90 level here. It did, and as you can see, that's a pivotal level here, the 90. So clean break above that. I'm looking for bullishness towards here to take out these highs here. Now, if it breaks below the mid-range here, then I think we've got massive downside. Because if we look on the weekly, I think that point, if it's going to go lower, if it's going to go high, it should not break this low. But if it breaks back below it again, then I think we play all the way to here. So I think it's a make or break point for Euro USD.
Interesting.
Now going back to that, now that's still a little while away, so I'm happy to wait for like a weekly close before I step in. But I've got a short-term range for Euro USD, which is here. And that short-term range is, if you look, that's the high, that's the low, and this is the midpoint. It's pivotal, support, rally, support, rally. So now, if it breaks this now, then I'm happy to play it from there to take out these lows, which is the midpoint between this and that. If that breaks, then here. Now, if that breaks, then that day trade could evolve into a swing trade because it breaks that quarterly mid-range for us. So at that point, I'm happy to step in and short the market swing trades.
Okay, swing trades under 108.80 ballpark?
Yeah, around there. That's right.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Now, looking at the weeklies, I mean, it's not looking too great. So yeah, so again, it's just planning stage for me. I mean, I'm happy to sit out.
It's interesting. I was talking about too many retests here at 110 support, giving people too many opportunities to buy the same level. Do you ever feel that way? Or you just give it the benefit of the doubt, even if it does it 20 times?
No, it's too many this week for me. And looking at this, a bigger picture, I am bearish. This bigger picture, the only longs I'm playing, I'm taking as counter trend. I mean, my biggest bearish picture was when we broke out of this range. Why couldn't we hold here? So the quarterly is like the macro view still remains bearish. Nothing's changed with that. It's only if it gets back above here, then I get macro bullish.
Back above 114, you need.
114.60. Yeah, at 114.60.
Okay.
But any longs I'm taking is still considered counter trend in my opinion. So now the things are shifting. So here I was looking for longs around here. Now things are shifting. It looks like the macro trend could continue, but again, break below here would confirm it, and then we'll ride it lower. So that's that. Okay. Another pair. Yeah. So if you can break this cleanly, retest it. I'm happy to wait till next week if that unfolds, but it may unfold today actually. See how we close. If we close bearish today, any retest. So a scenario I'll be looking for possibly tomorrow would be, because usually if you're in sync with the trend, I mean, it's quite aggressive. But if with my pen tool, see, Zoom, I so prefer when you guys used to use the GoToMeeting.
You like that better?
Just for the pen tool. But yeah, any break of retest and break down below here, then I can short it towards the end there.
Okay.
So the next big one is gold. Now, bigger picture view, I am bearish gold, but I'll be looking for counter trend longs. Now, here's my gold chart. And I think it could trigger for me either today or tomorrow. So bigger picture, I think we go down to the 1380s. Looking at the weekly, I mean, we've had no clean chart. Let's go to get a clean gold chart. So on the monthly, right? I mean, I'm bullish if it comes in today, but even in we've broken out of a huge range here. We can see this clear cut to everybody. Yeah, but within that, we can get correction. And looking across the market with the dollar strength, the thing that happens now, especially with the risk on happening. So I'm looking for a move down into here. So I'm happy with 1400 to 1380. Now, if we look, I was looking for a pullback into around here. We didn't get that, but it did touch the minimal, which was here actually. Well, one of these lows anyway. Right. So my key level going forward is the 1450 level. And if we look, okay, it's this range, 1450 is here. Yeah. It's this range here. So that's resistance broken out, support there. So if it cleanly breaks below here, then that takes us back within this old range here. So this all this becomes a deviation, which means we should easily drop to here. So the moment the 1450 can break, I'm waiting for, let it hold. If you can continue breaking down, then I'm happy to short it and it'll be a swing trade. So for me, I'm on the sidelines until it breaks that. So yeah, so nothing clear cut right now other than just planning stage, which is frustrating. And before I just used to go in, even before you confirm, I say chopped up like that, but now a bit more disciplined. Oil though, I think it goes higher. I'm going to go to a quarterly chart for oil, bigger picture oil. It's another one on my radar. Let's go to any oil chart. So this is a quarterly chart we spoke about before as well. And if you look at the quarterly, at this point, I wasn't sure, but now it looks like, it wants to push higher. So I reckon this high here, so when it bounces, that's a key resistance. And if we look at that level here, we couldn't close above it. But look at the turn point. It's a quarterly. We've still got over a month left. I think we push towards 60.7 and then the 62.55. So macro view, I'm bullish oil unless we break below the open. So having said that, let's break this down further into a lower time frame. And I've got a little range drawn out here, which is range low, range high, and then the mid range.
Yeah.
Now, if we look, okay, we were consolidating here for a while, and then we faked out, and then got back above it. It's hit it. I think as long as this low holds, we're pushing towards here. So okay. I'm looking for a trade entry now. So my trade entry trigger will come in the form, I think it's ready now. As long as, so we got that high that caused the low, resistance, found support, stuff is holding. I think as long as we hold here, I think it's a decent long here. I might actually take that myself. No, but yeah, I think it's a decent long here as long as we don't come back below here. Because if we come back below here, then that becomes a deviation. So I think it's a decent long. I'd probably put a hard stop there, but if it wasn't to swing fail this, I'd cut it. I'm going for about 68, call it about 60, 50, 60, 80. So yeah, okay. Decent reward here. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's that. That's about it, really.
Any view on Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think that's everybody's tuning in for Bitcoin, really. So yeah, let's go with Bitcoin. So apart from Bitcoin, let's get a clean chart. So with Bitcoin, I do believe bigger picture we push lower. Okay, and the range I'm using is a bigger time frame range which we used last time. Low of the year, high of the year, midpoint for the year, and this is the midpoint between the mid range and range low. So I believe this is the next bigger picture downside target, and if that breaks, then probably here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say but I think all these drops are relative. People get excited about these, but this is unnatural, percentage-wise. So why should a downside move is relative? There's another Bitcoin chart I'm looking at, and if you look at it, bigger picture, I don't think anything's changed. It's just sometimes you just got to step back. But I think in the crypto community, they're not really used to how traditional markets work. So it's mainly people that just
not a bad candle we're getting in here.
I mean, if this is just short term still. I mean, here just range band really. This is the range, top and bottom bands. So unless this cleanly breaks, then we can start panicking.
Yeah.
But again, with Bitcoin, even if we went to 2K, it'll do 20K within a year, like it did before. So what am I looking for short term? So my short term plan was when it broke. This is my range low, and that's my range high. So I took a long, small size long here, and as soon as it got back above previous day's low, I took a added more to it. So as the probability of the trade increases, so when I took a long here, my valuation would have had to be in here because it could still pull lower and still be valid. So I've got to put my stop where I'm wrong, not where I want a tight entry. So having said that, what am I looking for next? Until it breaks out of this range, it's still range bound. But I believe short term, I'm looking for a pullback towards here at least. That would be where I'm wrong, because if it breaks that now, most likely we're going to head towards here. So one way of doing it is, I can use a pen tool here, I think. One scenario I'm looking for is a pullback there. And if you can give me the confirmation, I'll take a long there, stop, risk there, still aim for there. But because it's tapped a few times, probability-wise, it should break out. And that's my target. Why am I targeting there? Is because if we go back, okay, it's based on this old consolidation here. This was the consolidation. Then I'd treat this as an anomaly. So if this wasn't there, what would I be looking for? Breakdown, retest, sell-off. So I treat that as an anomaly. So I'm looking for a retest there. If it breaks down from there, then I'm happy to continue the swing short all the way back down towards here.
What a tricky business. Anomalies and what was the word you were using before when a market went above an area and didn't stick? What you were
deviation.
Deviation, anomalies. What a business of uncertainty, isn't it?
It is. It's so gray. There's no certainties. If this happens, then I do this.
Yeah.
And then it's just probabilities. What I'm gonna look for to increase the probability of the trade. So, thing is, what if it falls from here? So, okay. So, I'm not happy to look for a long there. That's my invalidation level. If it cleanly breaks above here, then the probability of that long towards here increases. So I can trade it here. So if I don't have the balls to take it here, or the probability for me is not high, I'll wait for a break of this. That means retest, wait for my bullish entry, and then I'll play it there. And this is the point I'll be watching. Now, that does not mean I'm wrong if on the short idea if it breaks this. I'm completely wrong on the idea if it breaks above here. So I think it's an interesting time with consolidation, pull up above, and then break down. So now if it does drop from here, because it doesn't necessarily have to go from there, I believe this level, if the 66.40 level breaks, then I think we go back into, I think we play it to there. So it's just level to level for me.
Okay.
So
let me ask you this, Saeed. I've talked to you several times. Do you trade for the money or because you love it?
Both. I mean, it's all about the money.
Great answer. Okay.
But yeah,
That's
but
why
yeah,
I knew you were going to say that. So yeah, but if you made less money doing this, would you still do it?
Probably, yeah, because that's all I've done. I've never had a
All
proper
right.
job.
Yeah, you love it. Okay,
Yeah,
everyone, that's a big news flash. Saeed Zaman loves trading.
I think
And
you
he enjoys money too. So what a headline, huh?
I think you have to love it. I mean, if you don't love it, you won't do what it takes to, you know, for example, these little intricacies I notice, that's how you notice because I'm obsessed with it. Yeah. But if you're not obsessed with something, I don't, especially in trading, is a ruthless business where you're wrong, you get punished. So you've got to love it as well. And then the money's a bonus.
From one masochist to another, I don't know if you celebrate it, but I'm thankful that I've gotten to know you, Saeed. Happy Thanksgiving, and I hope that you and your crew have a great winter holiday trading season, and proud to call you my trading warrior brother.
Thank you very much. You have good Thanksgiving as well.
Okay, everyone, that's Saeed Zaman. You can follow him at Trader1Z, and he has a website, and as you could tell, he has a very good style that he has conviction with, and kind of reminds me of Steve Volge in a way. Saeed likes to see confirmation. So that's going to be a wrap, everyone, for the rest of the week. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you, DJ, and Brock, and everyone here, and enjoy. And I'm going to change my tagline just a little bit. Don't just count your pips, count your blessings, and be one to others. And I'll see everyone on Monday. Thank you. Adios. Thank you, Saeed.